No, this is outside Regan's, and that's Bill Sullivan, who was working on the council at the time. You can see his van there, except for Joe Keane. Joe was probably driving it. And that was Charlie Piggott's and Maggie's. Maggie, they had the restaurant there. And Bernard Murphy talked about the two cars, the old style cars that people had.
Just to have a car was something.
Oh, it was, yeah.
Those are the Seamons that they were let out to watch the race. This is the Nissan Classic bike race they're waiting for here.
And that was the only time it was ever in Ireland, was it?
Oh no, it ran in Ireland from 1985 until 1992, and it came through Kinvara a couple of times.
All right.
That's the reflection in Sexton's window. But this was the third day of the race. It was about 12 o'clock midday, and they were coming through Kinvara. And there was a sprint for the hot spot in Kinvara.
All right, the hot spot is marked, and you will see the hot spot later on. It's marked on the road. And that lady is Teresa Dealey. God be good. Teresa was in her health in those times.
That's Karen Sexton.
Karen Sexton. And here we have... Oh, I think that's Mary Green.
Yeah.
You were saying...
That's Steph, we used to call him.
Is it Steph?
Steph and Belthoven.
Yeah, Belthoven.
And Florrie.
Corliss.
And I think that might be Mairead Corliss that she's talking to there. They're buying their vegetables from Michael Stanton. And must be Michael's son, I think, that was there.
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't think so?
That's because Carlos is older than me, and I mean, if that's
I don't know. Maybe
that's Sean Ford and
Flaherty. Heinz. So
Flaherty,
that's in the veterinary shop.
Veterinary shop, yeah. And before there's a barrier there now. There's a wall across, but there wasn't that time.
Right. No,
that's in Tully's.
This is Tully's, yeah. No, that's certainly Paul Cody.
Sitting now reading the paper.
Yeah. And Philip O'D is in there. Yeah, you have Mark there.
Is that Pat Madden?
No, I don't know who those guys are. It could be Patrick. It could be Patrick.
No, the McInerney for the smart
and Madden.
And Madden, yeah.
It looks a bit like
could be Patrick, yeah.
You're asking about that guy up there.
And who's the guy that's ordering the drink?
He's quite tall.
And you say this.
I think it's Paddy McCormack, but I'm not.
I don't know if
he looks like a man home from England anyway.
Yeah, he's a fella that's too well dressed for the rest of them there for knocking around.
Maybe not, no, but
okay, I don't know. And then you have Pa in there doing his Pa Tully, serving his pints.
No, he hasn't changed much since 1992, has he?
He hasn't, no.
That's Martin Keane, you know.
Yeah.
Martin from Aucknish, that's right, yeah.
That's the ball Pettigrew.
And the man that appears most often in the various pictures in it. He's obviously what you say selling tickets at the Arthritis Society, and Mrs. Tully.
Can we identify all the teens
in her prime?
Bachelor's peas and beans.
Yeah, and Mrs. Mahan, Jerry Mahan's grandmother. Now, as the shop there, just to notice that all the pubs in those days, with very few exceptions, were grocery shops as well. And so you had the grocery on the way in, and then you went into the bar. And the division in Tully's was the bacon slicer, which is here.
Features there prominently in the
foreground. And it was the bacon slicer was a tremendous meeting place for fellas at night.
It was immortalised in the poem by Colin Corliss.
Colin Corliss, yes. And I know Ger Cornelius spent a lot of his time in it with Jackie McInerney and Noel McInerney.
But you could hear people talking there, whereas they've been down in the bar.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
But a lot used to go down, get their drink, and walk back up to the
up to that.
And sit up on the counter.
Sit up at the counter there.
A drink at the bar one night, and they were reflecting. I think that
on
the right going in had stopped. They had stopped stocking that, and it was at the back. But they were talking about some of the peas that were there, and there were old boxes of marrow-fed peas.
But that's they put plastic on it as well. They could roll down at night.
But
that's right. Yeah.
There was little lads were going through the plastic packets of biscuits. The gold grain always ran out, and
Yeah, it's definitely the old days. Now that's one of our own guards there.
Would the three have been here together? John, they would. Was John
PJ,
McLaughlin, PJ, and Danny? They would. So
Danny and John McLaughlin would have been here, together. So that's one of them. I don't know which of them it is.
If it is, it's PJ. because we saw
Okay.
Danny further down,
Right, okay.
and that's
And
Do
there's
we
the
have
hot
our
spot
fun-
now. There's the hot spot coming up, yeah.
and there's
Our
the
Funchion
meeting
More
place.
representatives there, Sean McInerney from Funchion and Catherine
getting around.
Maroney Lyons.
Yeah. And they stand up to have a chat.
They could do that at home.
Outside of whose house is that now? Yeah, Ger Fallon's house where he was living there.
Oh yeah.
Further down the town, on the left
Yeah,
as you
the
went
butchers,
down was the butchers. And
And that's your mum and
Mrs.
Catherine
Keneally.
Donoghue.
And they had just left having their chat outside Tully's and went their separate ways. I recognised my mother by her walk. You know, she had. And
Kathleen used to work down at the Winkler's Hotel in Fair Days
did she?
years ago. She was a very good cook.
Yeah. And then she spent most of her life, she would go from like March to about October for, I'd say, 50 years to Liston
Mr. Varna, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh,
She was
working there.
Yeah,
Is it?
working in Keen's Hotel.
All right, okay. And no, I thought that was Pat Collins. I thought it was Pat Collins too. So that's Pat Collins there, yeah. So Pat,
And actually, the shop we saw them coming out of wasn't, would that be Heaney's at the time, or was it...
Oh, Heaney's is the one up
Yeah,
where,
Mrs. Heaney's is to
where the
the
track
right.
was outside.
yeah,
there
he
was,
is a bit further up the town because that
Okay.
was there
Yeah,
when
yeah.
Ger Fallon's butcher shop
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay,
was
okay.
there as well.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
Finns. The Finns.
And
live
Finn's,
next
that's
door.
right. Finn's and my mother and father were living there.
Mhm.
That's the bus.
And then you have
Ken and Michael O'Connor.
Yeah, and
Willie
Willie
Murphy.
Murphy. Yeah.
Willie
Sean
from Caravonian, is it? Yeah.
Sean Conrad's uncle.
And here we have now. You can
That's
see
Frank
those.
Nolan looking down the town,
Yeah, Frank
and that's
And-
John Conley taking off his jacket.
and
Kevin
Kevin Ford standing up.
Yeah.
Sitting on the...
And Martin Kavanagh is up on the
Up on the block.
tractor, yeah.
Schliebe.
Yeah. You know, stop it here.
That's outside Flatley's.
Who's outside Flatley's there? I can't see them either now.
Oh, that remember the Wellingtons is obviously
Oh yes, he was
Moran.
there. Oh,
Is
yeah,
it Tom Moran, is it?
he doesn't look like Tom Moore now.
Well,
He maybe it's Frank.
no, that's right. I said this. Tom.
Do you think it was Tom? Okay, Tom Moore.
To the fellow that used to set the snares anyway, whichever one.
Yeah, that was Tom.
Yeah.
Tom Moore. That would be Aggie's brother.
Yeah.
Aggie Lynch's brother.
And the woman with the green jumper you said was Darren.
Kathleen, she was Mrs. Gill.
Gill.
She'd be a mother-in-law of Mona from the credit union.
Yeah.
Great lady,
That was done at Burke's now rather than up at Feeney's.
yeah. And Paddy is selling whatever he's selling. He's selling tickets for the Arthritis Society.
Yeah.
Tell
And
me
that's
there.
Sister.
Sister
I
Joseph.
think it's Sister Joseph.
Yeah, I think it's Sister Joseph as well.
Shopping on
And there's Michael Stanton at his
And
shop.
Barry Kilkelly.
And Parry Kilkelly. And we just missed the fellow that was beside him there.
It's Donna Ford walking into the shop.
And you
Definitely.
definitely know his walk.
Yeah.
That's Donna and Sean
Sean on the left.
in the white shirt there. And I'm sure, lads, that's Danny Furdham.
It is, yeah. Yeah.
It's Danny Furdham.
And
No.
at the door, I think, is Jordan from Ballinderry.
Yeah, he looks like Jordan Bandarian, all right, yeah.
Yeah,
And,
that's Warren, all right.
Tom Moran, yeah. Yeah, you're right, I think it's Tom Moran, all right. Jerry Ryan, not very camera shy. Yeah, for a man who spent his life at showing pictures down in his cinema.
And Michael Conley.
And Michael Connolly, and they're having a joke. No, this one here, that's Bernie McInerney now. My neighbour, poor Bernie, who died there recently.
And Mrs. Joyce next
And
to her.
Mrs. Joyce next to her.
Tina.
And you think that's Kate Kelly?
I couldn't be certain of it. I thought when I saw her first that it looked like her.
Yeah. And
And
there's
Francie
Francie Ryan
Ryan
and Eileen Connolly.
It's Martin Green, no?
It looks
Martin?
kind of like him, but I was wondering what the...
I wouldn't say Martin's hair would be that white. That wouldn't be.
That's
Mary Donoghue Murray of Funcham.
But that's just Peter, the brother. No, that's Donald Barry and Michael Sullivan.
John Barry and Michael Sullivan there. Sarah, that's who that is now. That's Sarah.
Sarah who?
Sarah Sullivan,
Oh, yeah,
Michael's wife. And then you have two guards. Danny.
That's Danny Duffy. Yeah,
Oh no,
that's it.
Danny, that's not two guards, just one guard.
And that's the Celtic helicopters that were following the race.
Yeah, that's Charlie
That's the-
Haughey's.
yeah.
Kieran Haughey, I think,
That's the camera.
had those. Isn't it large thing, that camera.
Yeah, and that's the
That Mike
line.
Lyons.
Mike Lyons is
And it's
Right.
Catherine.
Yeah,
Mike
camera
Lyons.
shy Catherine.
Catherine, yeah, she was
Yes.
camera shy. Told him to close the door. Yeah.
The lonely hitchhiker.
Well, she didn't even, whoever she was, didn't even turn to the cars
Yeah.
to see what was happening.
They were the coolest cars too.
Well, Bernard Murphy said that. He said it struck him as like the old style cars
Yeah,
that,
releasing
that
it.
people had in those days.
just to have a car.
Yeah, or to have a car. That's right. That's true as well. And now we have the people who were out to see the race. Mrs. Brogan, looking well, doesn't she look well
They
there?
should look towards the camera now to see her better.
Yeah, I'd say.
Yeah, that's-
And Tommy,
Tommy's
that's a
in charge.
great
Wow,
picture of
yeah.
Tommy, a very famous man, but
They
particularly
kept on inside the house.
particularly after his death. And then you have grand one here of Mary
You see the corner of
Mary
her
Green looking up, and Kevin Sexton
Yeah.
Senior and Kevin Junior,
Sean McInerney
And-
with the cap.
Sean, and then is that Ruth or Karen? Ruth,
Well, it's one of them anyway.
Yeah.
That's just Ruth.
yeah. And who's the fellow in the bus? Oh,
That's
and that's the man.
shocking to see.
Imparting his blessing on you.
Yeah, and I'd say that he said, "Thank you very much, Tom, for taking this nice picture."
Our
Yeah.
words to that
Our
effect.
words, to that, our words to that effect. Yeah.
The trophy hostels.
And I think this is a lovely picture because it brings together two families from Kinvara who, in their very different ways, were prominent families. You have John Joe O'D with his pipe, smoking his pipe beside the telephone kiosk, which was outside his shop, who descended from the O'Ds, who were one of the oldest gentry families in Kinvara. They owned Fergus O'D's, where Ona Murphy's,
The name is still
the
there over the door.
Murphy's, they're still over the door, and they had a mill down in Kinturla, in a place called the Mill. It's called the Mill subsequently. And then you had Peggy, his wife, who was Peggy Regan, and her mother was a sister of the Kilkellys of, what was the name of the place, Thomas? Isn't
Doors Domain.
Duras Domain, down in Crishuha. And they were very prominent people in the 1916 Rising and the War of Independence, which followed it.
And their house was burned down by the Black and Tans.
Yeah, so very, very prominent families all together, coming together with the two of those. Okay.
I
Now,
think that's John Griffin on the.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely John, Katie, and
and
Denise.
Denise, and were we able to identify anybody else in it? Well, I'm blind anyway. I can't make out anyone else. And
here
then
they
the race. Oh,
And someone has to cross the street.
and there's one shot in it there where a car goes down against the race. So you reckon this is Paul White? I didn't think it was. I didn't think Paul was that broad up on his chest, you know.
It might have been that day. It
Anyway,
looks a bit like him, all right.
yeah, we'll see.
And Mary.
Mary Keane Mahan, yeah. She wasn't turn. No, there's the car going down against the against the traffic.
There was a bus there earlier on too that was heading in towards Galway.
But they were stopped, weren't they?
I'd say he was carrying on.
Did he go?
I'd say they didn't stop the traffic at all. Here they come,
And then here comes the race.
the peloton.
And Paddy Garrity giving it his blessing on the far side of the street there again.
See, they're sprinting here now for the.
Yeah, up to
The
the
hotspot.
hot spot, yeah.
They get a couple of extra pints for crossing that.
And Peggy is giving them great applause
Yes.
there as they pass.
Giving them a bit of encouragement.
Yeah.
You see the shadow. Of
And
the helicopter
they've come now from
From
where?
Galway, and they're
From
going to
Galway
Limerick.
and going to Limerick.
down through the burn.
All right. Okay.
Wow, it's a
Fairhall Village.
So the man up in the bike now, it's standing up. He's a
You think he's
video
watching?
camera
No,
for
I was
television.
I was saying to you here earlier that when we get the shot back here again now, that the Merryman Hotel was basically a ruin that time.
Yeah, the roof is gone.
The roof was gone out of it until I think
boarded up.
Pádraig Burke must have bought it.
what year was the fire there in the
84.
84?
84, yeah. So he would have bought it and rehabilitated the place later.
More or less
And
rehabilitated.
then you can see where Paddy Joe Conley lived, and then the gateway into where the gate is now into the back, and this place here was was that your Fallon's?
This was
Butcher shop.
Butcher shop here.
Yeah, and then that was
Well,
Katie or Chrissy Winkle's shop
Chris
where
Winkle's,
Paddy
yeah.
Phelan lived, married Chrissy, and they were living there. And across the road from them then was Eamon Fallon, who married Chrissy's sister Katie. And then if you could see further up on the right hand side as we look at it, it's where my mother and father and Mrs. and Mrs. Finn lived.
Yeah.
And then you had
Heaney's shop.
Heaney's shop up there.
Yeah, you can see Fallon's door and window now for the butchers there.
Oh yes, yes.
That's right, yeah. And then the only one I can recognise that is Donald Sugru. Donald on the left there, watching the thing.
Maybe
like
no
that.
chocolate.
I thought he looked like Noah Shaughnessy.
Yeah, you were saying that. No, it's hard, so hard to actually know.
Unless Jerry Fallon was